Hello, friends. Private Investigator Purr at your service in a world where finding hidden treasures can be one person's lifelong goal. In a world of a police officer, it may be the hidden tragedy they sometimes find that can leave many devastated. On July 29, 2020, a routine traffic stop in Louisiana took a dark and unexpected turn, unveiling a sinister tale beneath the surface. When a Louisiana cop pulled over Mitchell for speeding, a simple check transformed into a shocking discovery of something hidden in the trunk. This gripping story is filled with chilling details of this case where a routine procedure exposed a deadly secret. In the heart of Louisiana, on July 29, 2020, a routine traffic stop occurred, destined to become anything but ordinary. The officer, vigilant and experienced, spots a vehicle speeding on the highway, its driver unknowingly steering toward a life-altering encounter. The driver, Michael Mitchell, a young man of 18, is flagged down. The reason is clear. He's cruising at a pace nearly 20 miles per hour over the limit, but the irregularities don't end there. When the officer inquires,
do you have your driver's license?
The silence that follows speaks volumes. Mitchell doesn't have one. In the state of Louisiana, not having a driver's license could give a person fines of up to $500 and 6 months in jail. But the officer is looking to catch the young man on more than just a simple traffic violation. The fact that he's driving that fast is reason for suspicion, and the officer's next discovery makes him even more suspicious about Mitchell's intentions. The officer, trained to observe beyond the obvious, notices signs that suggest more than just traffic violations.
Is there any weed in the car? Yes or no?
Just the doobie in the ashtray, like.
Okay.
Other than that,
when did you puff last?
this was
Be honest. Because I'm a drug recognition expert.
about an hour ago.
The law in Louisiana allows for medical use of cannabis, but only if prescribed by a doctor. Was Mitchell's use for medicinal purposes? Due to his behavior, it would seem highly unlikely. This is when Mitchell starts acting very suspicious. The officer asked him where he was going.
I was headed back home.
But when the officer asked him where his home is exactly, he starts moving towards the car and not answering the officer's questions. What could he have been reaching for? A gun, perchance?
No, stop. Come here.
The officer tries to warn him.
Where do you live? It's easy. It's easy to answer this. Where do you live? You don't know how to drive to your house?
The officer starts to pressure the young man as tensions build. In response, Mitchell claims he got lost. He doesn't give the officer his address and continues to use his phone. That's when the officer senses that something is very, very wrong. Very, very wrong.
Can I take a look in your car?
The officer's suspicion deepens, prompting a decision to search the vehicle. The officer is now looking for signs of weed, but he isn't aware of what he's about to find out. While in the front seat, he finds nothing of importance. It's the outside of the car itself that hints that something horrible has happened. Upon closer inspection, the vehicle reveals scars of violence, bullet holes puncturing its left side.
When did all this happen?
The cop tries to find out the truth about the bullet hole from Mitchell.
My brother, he said it.
How long ago?
He is met with silence and no direct answer. The officer decides he has had enough.
Come back here. Just stay right here in front of my car.
Once inside the car, the officer makes a report about his speeding and what he has observed.
It's a black and orange Camaro. And it's got like 3 bullet holes in the left side of it. He said he thinks his brother said his car was in something 2 nights ago.
Mitchell's story begins to crumble under the weight of inconsistency. his provided address and the car's registration details clash, and his car is also registered to someone named Chandra Henderson.
Now, he says he lives in Winsboro, but he's got a Richwood address, and the car comes back out of Monroe. He's lying about a bunch of junk.
To Mitchell, the officer issues a warning.
You better stop lying to me right now, or you're going to be in jail.
I'm just going to my sister's house.
Mitchell's story keeps changing. What is he hiding?
That's the last freaking lie you better tell me.
The officer has caught on. Mitchell must be hiding something very dark and shocking. The mystery deepens. Just when the traffic stop seems tangled in enough confusion, an unexpected twist emerges. A mysterious individual arrives at the scene.
Family in Monroe is looking for him. They saw me out here.
Okay, all right. Well, I got somebody pulling up behind me, Scooter.
This stranger claims they were searching for him.
They looking for him. The car missing.
However, the new man and his family give a totally different name that doesn't match up yet again. Things keep getting even more convoluted.
There's a kid that's been reported missing, and that they took the car from Monroe, and he lied to me about his last name, his address and where he's from. Random guy pulls up behind me and said, "Hey, this guy's looking for that kid. I need to know if this car has been reported missing, stolen."
The officer reports and tries to make sense of this puzzle. One thing's for sure though, the officer is now sure that the boy is making things up and hiding something from him. The search and discovery. That's when another shocking discovery happens. On the radio, the cop is told that there is an active missing person report, and it is the son of the owner of the car that Mitchell was driving.
If he knows something about this boy that's missing, there's bullet holes, I'd like to...
The officer tries to figure out a way to proceed. Finally, the name of the missing person is revealed. A boy named Michael Robinson, the alleged brother of the boy driving the car right now. The cop decides it's time to search the car a second time. The search begins. The officer, meticulous and methodical, combs through the car. The front seats reveal nothing, but the vehicle's exterior tells a different story. The bullet holes showing that something must have happened.
I'm gonna do the obvious.
The cop says and opens the trunk of the car. That's where all his questions are answered. The latch releases and the truth is laid bare as he sees the lifeless body of Michael Robinson. Instantly, all the cops have their guns on Mitchell and read him his Miranda rights.
We've blocked in front of the car and behind the car. We've shut the trunk.
He declares as he secures the scene. That's when another bomb drops. Mitchell was not related to Robinson at all. Unraveling the truth. The discovery of Michael Robinson's body in the trunk slowly starts to make sense. The pieces of the puzzle begin to connect, finally revealing the extent of Mitchell's involvement. Mitchell was part of an armed robbery and became an unexpected casualty. When the officer asks Mitchell who the body is, he starts crying.
Okay.
I just hit him, bro.
During the robbery, he had accidentally shot Robinson and put him in the trunk of his car. The bullet holes in the car, the lies about his whereabouts, and now the lifeless body in the trunk all lead into a damning indictment against Mitchell. For his crimes, Mitchell is charged with armed robbery and second-degree murder. While he's still in prison currently and awaiting for his trial procedures, he is probably going to get life in prison for this gruesome crime. The chilling case of Mitchell and the unforeseen horror discovered in his trunk was a shocking case of murder. What are your thoughts? Mitchell was speeding with a dead body in the trunk, smoked weed just 1 hour prior. This young man seems to have made one too many horrible decisions and will now have to pay the ultimate price. Thanks for tuning in to Imperfect Criminal with Private Investigator Purr. Over and